So in this coaching session, we're going to take a look at how to prepare for the upcoming November KC Cup. There will be a lot of things that you need to learn and prepare in order to be successful in this tournament. Right now, the most important thing is to prepare a few top decks and practice with them to see which one works the best for you. So without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, we are playing against Shanui, right? So I'm using Restart Kakuri to start things off, right? To start the testing off. Because I think, I believe the Restart Kakuri is the most consistent deck for the KC Cup, right? It's really strong in terms of opening combo and basically just set a big board so that it's really hard for my opponent to break, right? If I go first, and the fact that I have the skill Restart, I can open like combos more consistently, right? Much more consistently than other decks. Because other decks just don't have the option, right? So in this case, I'm doing the normal combo, right? Just getting the merchant back from graveyard and basically just end the board. Plus in like 3 or 4 cards, right? So it's really strong. I want to get Ninichi, right? In this case, because like I want to shrink my deck, right? The second Ninichi is really, really not that useful in this case, right? So I do want to summon it as soon as possible. So this is just like a small detail that you need to know, and it really matters, right? In the long game, because you have to think about the long game, like all the time, right? In this game, I'm playing against the combo Shanui, right? Which is going to be another top tier deck for the KC Cup. It did won the last KC Cup, so right, so it's definitely going to be good this meta as well, since there's no too many game changing cards that came out from the new box, right? There's no balance as well. The balance didn't really hurt the Shianuis, right? In this case, he just he used Kaiten, right? Kaiten is the signature card for the combo Shianui. Banishing Spearmaster and popping my Burial, right? So I couldn't go for game. I'm still in a really good spot right here because I have so many cards. You can see, right? I have like 6 cards, 6 usable cards, right? That's the power of Kakuri, right? That's the true power of Kakuri. You just card advantage. Um, Obviously there can be some decks that do well against it as well. But we can talk about that later, right? Right now we just focus on the practice, and my opponent has Kaiten, right? He can just keep banishing cards. So Kaiten is really broken in this regards, right? Some Spectral Sword and Banishment Burrito. He's gonna use effect every turn, right? To try to just spam monsters on the field. Get Spearmaster back, right? And reuse it next turn. In this case, I have Karma Cut. I just banish it. Next turn, I don't know he's face down, but I'm gonna go for game since he's low life points, right? I summon the second merchant. And he scoops because he knows, I just go for game next turn. He can only stop one monster, right, with Kaiten. Because there's only one Spearmaster. Next up, I'm using Balance Kakuri, right? So Balance Kakuri is my personal favorite. I just because the balance skill can let me open consistently, right? Like consistent number of monsters, spells, and traps, right? It's a good number. So I'm less likely to break, basically. But some people like restart as well, right? So some people like restart, some people like balance. So it really depends on your playstyle. Definitely you should test both just to see which one was more consistent. But in this case, let's speed up. Doing the same combo again. Again, get the Nishi, right? So in this case, I drew the cash, right? I don't want to use it because I do have a karma cut. If I search for merchant, like I really want to keep the merchant in my deck, right? So I can draw it. I don't need the cash since that if I'm running out of merchant, I couldn't use it anyway, right? So okay, I just cash in the square again. We are playing against Shiranui again, right? It's gonna be really popular, right? It's gonna be exactly like this during the KC Cup. There will be a lot of Shiras, right? Shiranuis. And so you have to really get comfortable with these type of matchups, right? He's playing the combo version as well. So now I can mill, right? Because I didn't need to use my karma card. So I'm gonna shrink my deck, right? Search another merchant. I drew into another merchant, so this is good. I have my follow-ups, right, already in the hand, so I don't need to. I'm good to go right now. Even if I lose my board, I can just go for follow-ups, right? So he has a K10 again, right? Spearmaster. Pop the brewery. Banshee brewery, right? Killing solitaire, keep summoning it. So right here, yeah, he summoned the Square Saga, right? Because usually Shiranui don't run the Black Rose. If they do, I do have to finish, so it doesn't really matter. But in this case, I want to use a karma cut. I want to save the finish for a potential Sansaga play, right? Or anything else, pretty much, right? So in this case, I just make the Star Eater. He's at 23, right? You thought you might hit at 23, and flood my. He flooded my bounce in this case because he couldn't flood the Star Eater, right? The Star Eater is the perfect counter for Floodgate. If you think your opponent has Floodgate, just summon Star Eater, right? Because the summon cannot be negated, basically. And the cards cannot be activated, right? So Floodgate cannot be activated when you summon the Star Eater. So just in this case, I just go for game, right? I just cash in, and he's at 23. I do the math, right? It's that game, right? So that was a pretty good game. Definitely really intense, right? Between two top tier decks. So next up, we have Balance Kakuri versus Dragunity, right? So this is a pretty interesting matchup. Dragunity can be really good day one, right? It's a really popular deck, especially for the KC Cup, because it has the ability to win really fast, right? Get you points really fast, right? So in this case, it's gonna be really popular in day one, especially. And so you gotta keep that in mind. And but the good news is, Kakuri has a good matchup versus Dragunity because there's a lot of back rows, right? Kakuri play a lot of back rows. And back rows really stop Dragunity, right? So this is a good matchup. But you gotta be careful. There's always the possibility of they opening Trune, right? Trune is I think they play one or two. So it's really strong against Kakuri. But but statistically speaking, it's really hard for them to open, right? So right here, I just make a full combo, right? get the card advantage and play card consonants. So he didn't open True Nate, but he did open the CC, right? I said the cash for bluff, right? Like if you really had to bluff in this situation, right? Because they do play a lot of CC, and you want to protect your traps, right? With your spells, with your trap, with your bluffs, basically. Right here, I just CC his sponsor, right? His screws. He plays the lance and I just come. And it's pretty much over from here, right? He has no follow up. And next turn I just attack for game. That's how we have Shiranui. I'm using Shiranui against Blackbeans. Blackbeans is going to be pretty good for the Casey Cup as well, right? It's really good in the last Casey Cup, so definitely going to expect it. This one, but I think it wouldn't be the most popular deck, right? Since there's also Karakuri, right? There's also the combo Shiranui, so there's a lot of options definitely for this Casey Cup. So it's really gonna be a challenge to prepare, but you still gotta do your best, right? Just gotta do your best. Practice against different decks, right? As much as possible. Get comfortable in each matchups, right? So that when the time comes, you wouldn't misplay. You just know exactly what to do, right? In each matchups, right? You know exactly what to do. In this case, he just summoned the Chidori, the pop, just attack over the Shogun Saga, right? I don't want to finish him because I want the Shogun Saga in the graveyard, so I can use my summon Saga, right? Unfortunately, he does have the finish. So, but I do have my finish too. So, I knew it's gonna be a stall game at this point, right? Yes, second finish. So I have two finish. He has two, right? So right now just gonna be like I finish his monster, right? I still have the advantage because for Blackbeans, they really need to go off for turn one, right? If they don't go off turn one, it's really bad for them. So in this case, I can just coin it out, right? Just keep attacking. And now I have the special sword, right, in the graveyard. So next time I just go for game, right? I use the Samurai Saga effect to turn into defense. And it's pretty much over right now. And finally, we have Dragonity. So I'm playing Dragonity, right, in this case. I think it's a really strong deck, right? Especially for day one. And now I'm playing against Ritual Beast, right, in this case. So Ritual Beast is going to be one of those decks that's going to be like anti-meta. And it's going to be like pretty popular as well, right? Especially day one as well. Or even day three, right? Day three is usually when the when our players play the anti-meta decks. So keep that in mind. So this is a really likely matchup, right? In this case. But I do have the advantage, right? As a Dragonity player. I have Lance, so I can stop any of his remaining back row, right, in this case. And I just try to go for game right now, right? I try to go for game. I know he's 3k, so all I need to do is to make the Ascon, right? And I just banish all his monsters right now. Because I have enough monsters to banish, right? So this is a pretty easy victory, but you can expect more challenging matchups, right? So definitely prepare for those as well. So the key to success is really to prepare all the top tier decks that will possibly be played at the KC Cup. By understanding the dynamic between the different decks, you will gain an advantage over the other competitors during the tournament. Subscribe at Victory Gaming for more amazing coaching videos like these.